with hashtag Makebullheadbetter, and I just finished turning in my mail-in ballot.
Don't worry, Hildy, I'm not going to leave you out.
This is electioneering, isn't it? This is electioneering, isn't it?
Jennifer Esposito, candidate for District 4, County Supervisor. I hate to bring this up, but I put since it came up, I put the definition from Cornell Law School for electioneering on the screen. And there is a statute in Arizona that prohibits electioneering in the inside of a polling place, within 75 feet of a polling place, and it prohibits county employees from electioneering on county time using county resources.
Grace Hecht, you disgraced this whole, especially these people up here, by going to the polling place and pulling the stunt you did the other day. You disgraced everybody in this room. I now pronounce you Hanoi Jane. You probably don't even know who that is.
I'm asking our lawyer, is this appropriate for this forum?
If I may, look.
Hold on, hang on.
We respect your First Amendment.
I can't hear you.
If there is a statute that prohibits electioneering at call to the public, please provide that statute to candidate McClure and the other candidates so that they can be clear and read the statute. Thank you.
I'm asking our lawyer, is this appropriate for this forum?
We respect your First Amendment rights. You're welcome to speak on any matter that comes before this board, the jurisdiction of this board. We would just ask that you leave politicking outside of this building. Thank you.
Chairman, board, how are you today? Today's Mohave Minute will focus on some bill movement at the legislature. Senator Borrelli, Representative BIASUCCI, and Representative Gillette have been hard at work moving bills forward to help everything from home ownership, election integrity, government policy, and thankfully, deed fraud.
This election finance complaint that made front news again 2 days in a row, you set this up. I swear to God you did, Hildy. You tell Lettman, which you own, to call out Grace Hecht. And I swear this is how you make front page news.
Mr. Mayor, I'm sorry. Do you have an estimated price for what that would cost a user to?
Okay, can I keep it on board right now? We're talking specifically about the liquor license. Everything else we'll go into, because I'm sure we're going to have a workshop on everything else. So right now we'll stick to what we're talking about, just the liquor license.
I understand that we're talking about the liquor license. I'm just curious if you rent that facility and you want to have liquor present.
So each unit would have a specific.
You did that when you guys got 1 million acres taken from you. You set that up with Christian Cinema, and you made front page. You know how to set this crap up. You dealt with a communist. And then you tell all the people that you invited there, some CEOs and stuff, you will not ask a question of Christian Cinema. Only you or Mayor Biden will ask the questions. I have that from face to face, mouth to mouth, from some of those people that were there. You told them, do not ask a communist Christian Cinema any questions. You're very good at getting these clowns. He's already spent $15,000 on signs. And some of them are 10, 12 foot long.
I think this is electioneering again.
Yeah, good.
No, he can speak on what he wants to speak on. It's not that. Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. McClure. John Martell, Mohave Electric. I think this is electioneering again.
Yeah, good.
No, he can speak on what he wants to speak on. It's not that. Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. McClure.
Somebody can call you guys scumbags, and there's nothing you can do about it.
You went down there with your camera, went in there, and started taking pictures.
Which I did not mail in time, but
But there's a lot of us old farts that vote. Look up Hanoi Jane, how much we hate her and will never forgive her. You went down to the polling place, and by the way, you're under investigation. You went down there with your camera, went in there, and started taking pictures.
I'm so glad that I came here to the polling place because I actually, my vote wouldn't have counted because
She learned how to fly. They threw her out so fast she was flying.
right below it, like you have to put exactly how your name is printed on the mail-in ballot, and mine had my middle name, which I normally don't include in my signature.
Thank you, poll workers, for doing your job. How dare her disgrace our polling places in this town?
So it's right here. There's actually a lot of people here that are voting in person.
Does anybody think you just go in there and just take pictures of the polling place? We bitch about Maricopa County and their polling stunts down there with the voting, and she does that. She is under investigation, and I volunteered to do a citizen's arrest on her. They won't let me yet. I hope you go to jail. Ain't your problem, all these child molesters. It is. You're supposed to protect us out here. No more out of town, out of state child molesters in this town, in this county. I'm gonna run on that. And the other one is no liberal BS. How did Grace Hecht travel to the governor's Hobbs State of the State address in Phoenix? Did she use a county or city vehicle, and did she receive any travel benefits? Did she ride with Jeannie Kinch? That's you at the Hobbs meeting, the State of the State address. You're on there with Gillette, Jeannie Kinch, the most vile Republican I've ever met. Jeannie Kinch needs to resign. That will fix it.
Jeannie Kinch is the best GOP chairwoman we have ever had, and I've been on the executive board, and I'm saying that. This is electioneering, isn't it?
Yes.
Better than any chairman, woman I have served under. And she's under attack.
Yes.
By our own party. This is electioneering, isn't it?
That's you at the Hobbs meeting, the State of the State address. You're on there with Gillette, Jeannie Kinch, the most vile Republican I've ever met.
Who's going to take your spot in Bullhead City? Is someone going to run for that?
Well, Grace Hecht is here, and she's running.
You and Hildy.
Who's going to take your spot in Bullhead City? Is someone going to run for that?
Well, Grace Hecht is here, and she's running.
He's running.
This is electioneering, isn't it?
How did Grace Hecht travel to the governor's State of the State address in Phoenix? Did she use a county or city vehicle, and did she receive any travel benefits? Did she ride with Jeannie Kinch?
So they just had me add that, and then I turned it in. But I'm here at the St. John's Lutheran Church, which is behind Target.
Hobnobbing down there, I guess you made the nomination to appoint her. This is bull. I want to know. What I have is 2 records or open records requests, one for each of you. That's you at the Hobbs meeting, the State of the State address. You're on there with Gillette, Jeannie Kinch, the most vile Republican I've ever met.
So even though Lydia asked Grace to delete the video, Grace is still in violation of the law. According to the ARS, no person shall be allowed to remain inside these limits while the polls are open.
This is electioneering, isn't it?
A person violating any provision of this notice is guilty of a Class 2 misdemeanor.
I'm asking our lawyer, is this appropriate for this forum?
Grace Hecht is running for county supervisor, and she's basically attempting to sway voters' decisions by showing up to these polls telling people that she's got over 10,000 followers. This was at the polling booth, and since she is running for county supervisor, her speech and her intrusive presence can be construed as an attempt to influence the voters.
You went down there with your camera, went in there, and started taking pictures.
Besides that, she is by law supposed to stay 75 feet away from the voting area, according to the ARS 16515.
Thank you, poll workers, for doing your job.
Grace has already been through a formal complaint 4 years ago when she showed up to the voting polls and started taking video and pictures inside the polling place when she was escorted off the property by 2 marshals.
You went down there with your camera, went in there, and started taking pictures.
Who's going to take your spot in Bullhead City? Is someone going to run for that?
Well, Grace Hecht is here, and she's running.
So I think that's great. There's a big turnout, and there's a little sign right here that says vote here. I'm hoping that I'll be able to talk to some people today about why they decided to vote in person and, just what this election means to them. So I know that for me, I was going to vote by mail, but I ended up voting in person. And I'm so excited for this election and our country, and it's just important how many people are getting out to actually vote. So I hope you get out and vote if you haven't, and if you have, good job.